Kobbi Shoshani, Consul General of Israel to Midwest India, is live with us. Welcome. Thank you very much for being with us today. What do you remember from the October 7th attack? It's a very, very grim occasion that is, of course, being remembered today. How has your life changed since?
I remember that like it was yesterday, it was a year ago. It was a holiday, Israel. We opened Israeli television here in Mumbai. And I've heard the news. In the beginning, I thought it's going to be a very short circle. Like always, there is a rocket coming from Gaza. But the more minutes passed, I understood that this is something dramatic that happened. I get a telephone calls from my kids in Israel. They told me what's going on in Israel, and they were worried. It was one of the worst ever thing that people in Israel can dream about. The atrocities and the terrors that happened to us in October 7 bring us to the historical background of the Jewish people. And it was something that became traumatic and dramatic as well. I remember.
Yes, Kobbi Shoshani. What do you think the world needs to remember from the terror attacks that took place last year?
I think that the atrocity, the burning kids, beheading women, rape women, cut parts of their bodies, take children from their parents, take them as hostages, take our parents to the tunnels of Gaza, show the evil of this brutal terrorist can be. I have to tell you in a very open way, I thought that there is a chance, if we will give them and we try to do something and give them a work and a job, and there is a mistrust completely between us and them right now after what's happened. And I think that everybody can understand why. And I think that today, what we remember is the memory of complete families that disappeared. People that lost in the tunnels of Gaza without know from them for 1 year. Girls and boys, young people, elderly people, under starvation without even a visit of some people from the Red Cross of other unity. We don't have a clue of one of them. It showed the brutality of a human being can be. And what we saw, the atrocities in Israel a year ago, learn and teach us also a lesson who is standing in front of us.
Yes. Why do you believe that Iran, feels that this war has been Iran's from day one?
It's a very complicated answer. I try to simplify it this way or another. I think that Iran didn't want to be part of this war. That's my assumption. And after a day, Iran sent their proxy, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and some of the other proxies that she has built and created in the recent years to target Israeli cities and industries. It's happened in the Red Sea and it's happened in the northern part of Lebanon. But I think that they understand that they made a big mistake. They understand that they make a mistake, and the connection that they made between Gaza and Lebanon was, in my point of view, the biggest mistake that they made, because they didn't understand or underestimate the Israeli determinants to cut it down. And I think what's happened in the recent month in Lebanon show to Iran that the thousands of billions of dollars that they sent to Lebanon to attack Israel disappeared. The leadership of Hezbollah disappeared. All their investment, military investment, to target Israel is in a big failure. And I think they made a big mistake. Now, the pressure in the Arab world towards Iran is become higher and higher. I said, okay, you send us to the war against Israel.
Yeah.
You lost and you are out of the game. You are not being touched. That's the reason that we saw 200 ballistic missiles coming towards Israel.
Right. You
That's
know, 1
why
year
I
hence,
think
Kobbi, there seems to be no sign of de-escalation. What do you think needs to happen to restore peace?
It's a very good question, and I have to tell you that I'm not sure that I have the right answer. First of all, let's split it into two parts. The Israeli part. If it's we're going to have back all the hostages, and Hamas will not have a military capabilities, and we will know for sure there is no tunnels between Lebanon to Israel, attack tunnels that actually Hezbollah make it. In our perspective, that's going to be the end of the war. In the radical Muslims countries, in my point of view, when it's going to be over, it's going to be over when then they understand that they cannot beat Israel. Israel is determined to fight against terrorism whenever and whatever it is. When they will understand they don't have a chance to win, and that they fail to attack Israel, that's going to be the crucial points. With these points going to merge together in a certain point, that's going to be the next era of the war and beginning of a big and comprehensive peace.
Yes. What should be India's role in all of this, in re-establishing peace, or at least trying to?
Definitely, India, with a very good connection she has in Israel and definitely in other countries in the Middle East, playing a very important role. And you are going to play a very important role. You are a superpower that has a lot of respect all over. You have a huge industry and fantastic young generation, and respected in all sides. I think that the role of India in the day after the war, going to be crucial, along with the United States and some European countries. We are going, I think, to build the Middle East in a completely different way, for the benefit of the entire region, for the benefit of the Islamic world, for the benefit of the people of Lebanon and Gaza. And I think that India has not important role, extremely important role in that perspective.
Okay, my final question then to you, is there any change of stance from Israel on the two-state solution?
I tell you frankly, and I think that I mentioned it in the beginning, there is a question of mistrust right now. After what's happened in October 7th, I think that in my perspective, I don't think that the public opinion in Israel trusts the other side. The atrocities, the rape, burning kids, beheading our parents, the hostages, it's a question of time to rebuild confidence and trust between us and some of our neighbors. I'm optimistic in my perspective, and I think that it will be, but it will be after understanding of the Palestinian, definitely, and I think some of the radical Muslim countries, that Israel she has a right to exist, and definitely it's a permanent point in the map or in the Middle East. And I think when they will understand that they cannot prevail, that's going to be the gate for the peace.
All right, let's leave it at that. Kobbi Shoshani, thank you very much for joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.